Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Alien Addict on this fine and luxurious. It's definitely, and I do this every time. Two computers, one of them is not muted. This is professional, though. This is what professional people do. They come on a show, they don't prepare, they make a thumbnail, and they think, you know what, that looks good. We'll just go with that, and we'll talk some nonsense throughout the entire show. And what better man to talk nonsense with than Mr. Goof On? Rich, welcome, my friend.
Hey, I didn't know I was on now. No, welcome to the show, everybody. Alien Addicts joining me here tonight. Wait, is it your show?
You can present it if you like.
It's your show. I forgot. Thanks for having me on. I always have to do something different for everybody.
He agrees.
Hey, Green Greer. He looks a little yellow. He's got a what?
Yeah.
Jaundice? What does they call that? Jaundice?
Jaundice, yeah. My little boy had that when he was first born.
Oh.
Yeah, he was yellow. He looked like an alien.
He might be.
He did. He probably is, because I am. How you been? How the devil are you?
Good way to ask. How the devil am I? Good question. I'm all right. You know, just if I sleep, I'm fine. It's when I don't sleep. Yeah, that looks good. I can smell it. My senses in my mouth are already going with that wine glass.
Have you ever drunk red wine?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate all alcohol.
Yeah,
even beer.
I wish I did. Really do. I wish I did.
I quit drinking at 21 years old. My 21st birthday was the last day I drank.
And the first day you drank?
No, I drank before that because of high school and stuff. But I wasn't a drinker. Like, I didn't go get crap-faced on the weekend. I just, every time I drank, I felt sick. And I think because I'm diabetic and didn't know it when I was that young.
Not a good idea.
Because it's all sugar.
Yeah, I like a bit of moderation. So a red wine, 20 cans of beer, I'm good.
Hey man, I like to smoke the Chahabi Wabi, so I like that. That's what I did the day after my 21st birthday, was try pot for the first time.
And the beer. See, that's where you went wrong.
No. They were
together.
One was one was on my 21st birthday. The weed was the day after, because I was in New York on that one day when I drank, and I was sick all the way home. And the next day, my friend wanted to celebrate here in Arizona, and I went to his house, and he goes, "Did you ever smoke weed?" I'm like, "Nah, it's not for me." And he's like, "Just try it. I heard it's good before your workouts." And I was working out back then, so I tried it, and I didn't like it. But he gave me a quarter for free. And I tried it and kept trying it, and well, then next thing you know, I said everybody's doing it. We're talking
about sweets, people. YouTube, we're talking about sweeties.
Yeah,
sweeties, and Coca-Cola.
It's okay to talk about on YouTube. You just can't promote it.
No, don't promote it. Don't do that.
I don't promote it at all. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of promotion, so it has seemed like over the last, since we've been doing these live shows, I know you've been doing live shows a lot longer than probably most people on YouTube doing live shows.
I'm an idiot, I know.
It seems like it is definitely being promoted now. You've got Bill Nelson from NASA talking about, what the fighter pilots saw, what they'd seen, and it's interesting. But how can we trust that type of it's coming from NASA, never a straight answer. I do love them. They make rockets, and anybody that makes rockets, I've got the utmost respect for.
They have to lie. They can't tell us, or else our adversaries would know about it. So they can't tell us anything at all. Even though China has infiltrated our government with drone technology, camera technology, and wound up getting a lot of information from us, which is why they were able to fly a hypersonic rocket around the world and come within 24 miles of their target.
Yeah.
That's our technology.
Yeah, we've said this. Thank you, Lee. Welcome to the show for the super sticker unicorn, and it's a rainbow unicorn as well. Not a normal one, Rich. A rainbow one. I appreciate.
He uses the rainbow one, yeah.
The rainbow one always stands out, and you get a jaundice Homer Greer for that one. Yeah, thank you, my friend. We have been saying for a long time since I've been doing these live shows that we think it's our tech. It's possible alien tech,
right?
But it's what we're seeing in the sky. Like the delicious lighting that I did on this thumbnail.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Rich.
It really is. I love it.
I didn't design the UFO. I pinched it. But
you made it pop, right?
I did the lighting. Yeah. But are you quite convinced now that what a lot of the stuff that we are seeing, some of the stuff that's being reported in the media, that maybe it is our technology, and what the pilots saw with the Tic Tac UFO, that it's possibly what we're looking at is something that somebody has. Maybe it's your guys' technology.
Right. Yeah, right. America's. Well, the Tic Tac, I don't know, man. The thing is, when Fravor saw the Tic Tac that day, he said that it was like it read his mind. It knew where he was going, what their tactical coordinates were, however he worded it, where he had to be in part of his training mission. So if he was here, he had to go 60 miles over there. Well, when he went to the next point of interest, the Tic Tac was already there. So that doesn't mean that they read his mind. It means that it was probably our technology. We knew where it was going to go, so that's why they set the coordinates up that day. Maybe, I don't know. If they set the coordinates up that day, then we knew where Fravor was going to go to bring the Tic Tac, right? You see what I'm saying?
But isn't it crazy that? So they were on a training mission.
Yeah.
Right. What if whatever that tech was training?
Right.
So that wanted to test the pilots to see the pilots' reaction to whatever that is, whether it be a drone, whether I still don't think to this day that anything was manning that. Even if it was alien, I think it was definitely some sort of drone. I could be completely wrong. It could have loads of little tiny aliens inside it,
Right. But Fravor said it was 40 feet long.
Okay.
Size of that F-18. He says the size of his F-18. It
right.
could fit a person in there.
It just doesn't look comfortable, though,
But you and I didn't see it. We only heard his description. It could be a lie.
It could completely be a lie. Do you trust the Fravor?
I don't trust anybody anymore in the military or the government. See, Fravor was on TV. Did you know only a year?
You spoke about that with me. I don't know if it was on the show, but it might have been privately. You did mention this.
It was only months after, I think, he saw the Tic Tac that he was on this TV show. So I think when Lou Elizondo came around and they wanted to talk about this Nimitz incident, he said, has anybody, worked on TV? They probably thought about this. Well, we know, I think Fravor had a TV series or something like that. Oh, let's have him read the script, and then we'll get someone else to read the script. So the script was, I saw a Tic Tac, it made these maneuvers, hover, over the water. And then they brought in Alex Dietrich, the other pilot, the woman. And she didn't come in right away because maybe she didn't get her part down, or they thought about adding her later to corroborate Fravor's story, whatever. Obviously, she was there that day when he flew, but we don't really know because we don't know anything.
There's a lot of pieces to the...
So maybe she learned the script is what I'm saying, and now she's part of it.
But now you got Bill Nelson talking about it. Have you watched the clip?
I Didn't have time today.
I will. I'm going to bring it up with the risk of being.
No, you won't. You won't have any problem.
Will it be good? Let's bring it up. I've got a specific point for us tonight. I bet everybody in the chat's already seen it. They've probably watched the full thing because they're the proper researchers, Rich.
I know.
The community, that is what makes us. God bless you all. I love you all very much. Fantastic
Each and
people.
every one of you.
Well, there's one that I hate, but
Yeah, there's
I'm
always
joking.
one. Doesn't
I
Bill
don't
Nelson...
hate anybody.
No, I don't either, except for a few people. Do you think Bill Nelson had a facelift?
So, he's an old guy, isn't he? He's obviously had a lot of sun.
He's pretty shiny.
He's very shiny. He's very
that
stretchy.
shining quality is, definitely a calling card for face tuckery.
He's also he's an old guy. Oh, that one time I was at I was abducted. I always butcher people's names. The ladies. That one time I was abducted by aliens in the chat. Hello, ladies, an alien girl. I love the ladies of ufology. I want more of them.
More of them. They're smarter than we are. They're more controlled. They don't try to measure each other's dicks. They don't
have penises.
Oh.
Not that I know of. But if they do.
Wait, this one time. No.
This one time at band camp.
Yeah. Are you playing the clip?
I am going to play the clip, Rich.
Oh, okay. I thought you forgot about it.
I am, but a mere man. I can't multitask.
I'm excited. I want to see it.
I struggle.
I probably have seen it. I just
hang about. Let's reverse here. So you go live every night. You talk about ufology, and you've just watched probably a little clip that's on another UFO channel, and you've not watched the entire thing in its entirety, Rich.
That's unbelievably accurate. Yes.
Exactly the same as me.
That's unbelievably accurate.
So let me bring up the clip.
I don't think I watched the whole thing. How long is it? An hour and a half?
Oh, I'm not going to put the full thing up.
Well, how long is it though?
I think it's about an hour and a half.
Oh, then I did watch the first 11 minutes of it.
Oh, the first 11 minutes reveals nothing.
I know.
Okay, there we go. We've got him up. Can we see him? We can see him.
Oh my God! It's the Crypt Keeper.
Hey,
it's the Crypt Keeper.
That my personal opinion is that the universe is so big, and now there are even theories that there might be other universes. And if that's the case, who am I to say that planet Earth is the only location of a life form that is civilized?
Yeah, I've seen this.
And
organized,
this is awesome. Like ours. But I'll tell you what that makes me think. I better be a better steward of what we have, because we're messing it up. And we're messing it up just the way we're treating each other. And so I know what my mission is: to be a better steward of this planet and be a better citizen of planet Earth. But are there other planet Earths out there? I certainly think so, because the universe is so big.
It looks like
of course, Einstein believed in parallel universes. So that's good enough for me. If Einstein.
The bit that I want to bring, that's not actually the bit that I wanted to bring up.
They have matching colored ties, though. That's odd.
Yeah, that's you know why that is, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
I don't.
It's the University of Virginia.
Are there other planets elsewhere that there is life? Now, I know what you've seen is what those Navy pilots saw in 2004, and there have been some 300 sightings since then. And I've talked to those pilots, and they know they saw something, and their radars locked onto it. And then all of a sudden it was here on the surface, and then it's there. And they don't know what it is, and we don't know what it is. We hope it's not an adversary here on Earth that has that kind
He's
of
lying.
technology.
That guy is a bad actor.
Okay, do tell.
Man, did
you do your thing? Did you do your what do they call it? What do they call it, Rich? Where you're reading people's
No, you did. Yeah, well, you know, his body language.
mannerisms, body language.
Yeah, and his facial fractors or whatever they call them. Definitely no, but the thing about him was it was the way he sounded. And the things he said sounded like somebody who heard the same stories you and all I had, but was just telling a story. That's all he was doing, was repeating what he heard. He didn't talk to, I don't believe that guy for a minute. I don't know. Maybe he talked to everybody. But he just doesn't, this guy just bothers me for some reason, and I can't put my finger on it. So I'm being a dick about it. And professionally speaking, Ollie, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Carry on.
I heard some sounds coming out of you. He just seems very insincere. Like, I don't know.
Like he's reading off a script.
Like he memorized the script.
The odd thing about that interview is that this was saved to the end of the interview, and I can kind of see as from the person who's interviewing him why you wouldn't start with aliens, you know, when you're interviewing somebody from NASA. But don't you think it's odd that whenever somebody that's an official, you know, one of the big guys, and they get asked about aliens, it always seems to be at the end of the interview where they drop kind of a little semi-bombshell. It's almost like, it's like chess is ufology at the moment. It's like they're putting all the pieces in place for something really big to happen, for that checkmate. You know, it's selling us. It's like it for somebody like one of my friends that's not into the subject, that doesn't even watch my channel, that when I go out for a drink, they'll go, "Hey, are you still you know, talking to goblins, aliens?" Yeah. Yes, mate. I still do that type of thing. And for somebody who is like that, who is an outsider, that sells ufology to somebody who is not in the know. You know,
that's true.
When it hits BBC, when it hits CNN, when it hits the big news companies, when my dad or my mum is telling me, "Hey, son, you've not wasted your time for the past 5 years."
Yeah.
You know, that's when that's what this is. That's aimed at those people. But I've said this many times. It will be the people like you and I and some of the other people in ufology that will be the ones that are speaking against it, that won't get the channels promoted because they're saying the wrong things. You know,
we're speaking against their narrative.
Yes,
his narrative isn't that bad.
No, it's not. I agree completely, and you know, he's staying very much on the fence when he's talking about it. But I'm talking about the pieces that are being played, the little tiny Easter eggs that are being given out by big companies like NASA, news networks. And it's putting it in place for the normal people. You know, the people don't eat, sleep, and breathe this subject. Not that I do that. But it's for them. It's not for us. But it'll be us that'll speak. It'll be us that don't believe it.
They are trying to make it as simple, in plain English as possible. So that's why it seems like it's for people, you know, who aren't into this, who don't study it every day. Because we've come to the realization, at least I have in the last 20 years of my life, that people just aren't smart. As well, let me rephrase that. Jurassic erased. people aren't as smart as I thought they were. And
Yeah.
and I think in America, we've been dummied down more than any other country, faster than any other country. I believe it. And I know in the UK, you're saying, maybe not really. Maybe it's a tie. Right?
It's definitely a tie. People in the UK are absolutely they're gone with the wind.
But that's why
yeah.
they have to. That's why they're talking this way. You know, they want to keep it for even children to understand what's going on. It's an interesting narrative that way, you know. Why would they need to do that instead of just talk about the nuts and bolts of what's going on? Get into it, you know.
Maybe Greer's right, you know.
With what part?
With the false flag alien invasion, maybe that's the one thing that he's got that he's right about, and maybe this will happen.
Yeah. Well, whatever's happening, if you want to talk about UAPs, that means we're talking about government sightings. You know, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Space Force has nothing to do with you or I.
That's because it's only official if it's military footage. It's only official then.
It's only official when it's them, but they changed UFO to UAP to, you know, to distinguish which ones are government and which ones are citizens. So that's why that was brought in. It's not as nefarious as we all thought. They're not trying to change the narrative, is what I found out. They're trying to teach us some language we're not used to. And if we can't say UAP when we're talking about government UFO sightings, then, you know, you got a problem. That's ego. Just say UAP. I started saying it. But that's government, Ollie. That's what it is. UFOs are for the citizens, you know, us laymen, you know.
So what do you think the end game here is?
The end game, this is all about misinformation or disinformation, as the kids like to say. I believe Lou Elizondo is the Richard Doty of our day. I believe China does have the technology. I don't think it's us. I was hoping it would be. But that's why our government and yours won't say anything bad about China. All that stuff stopped once Trump was out. No more negativity. Kissing their butt. And now...
So you think the tech is theirs? You think the tic-tac is theirs?
I do. I think, from what I've heard, they've infiltrated our government through technology, possible drone technology, and also, camera technology, TVs, phones. And they were able to hack into those systems and seeing things they weren't supposed to see. Top secret facilities. You know what I mean? People walking around with their phone. That's why they don't allow phones. They're not supposed to, and nobody's supposed to have their phone out, in these places. So, but they infiltrated, stole technology, and passed us by. And now America is not the strongest military country in the world anymore. China just put, I can't speak. They put that rocket around the world, hypersonically speaking, in 1 hour, and it just missed the target by 24 miles. But when we tried, we failed. We had tried twice. One lasted about 5 minutes, one lasted about 3.
But if they have the tic-tac,
the knick-knack paddywhack.
If they have the knick-knack technology, what's the point in the hypersonic? What would be even the point in the hypersonic rocket?
Because it's the same technology. That rocket was if it could be filled with, nuclear disaster capabilities.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still a rocket. To what a tic-tac could do from apparently what they were saying, shooting from the ocean up to the stratosphere, and then coming back down, then zipping like this. Rockets don't do that.
No, that's different technology for sure.
So if they have that technology, why is
Well, I'll tell you why.
Why even use the hypersonic rocket?
It's the same. They're using the technology from the Tic Tac, right? But they don't want us to really know that they have the Tic Tac, even though we know. America's not going to say that China stole our technology and made the Tic Tac. So they have to say, it's not us, it's not them, to throw off the scent. That's why it's a disinformation campaign. Well, what is it then if it's not China, Russia, or America? Well, we don't know. So it's alien? Well, it might be. We don't know.
So you think
yeah.
that you guys have the technology?
No, we don't. China has it all.
But you said stole it.
They stole it. They perfected it faster. They may have made a rocket instead of a Tic Tac, or they have both. I don't know, man. I mean, this is the stuff that's circulating around. It makes sense now.
What do you think they stole it from?
Well, they stole it from us. And I don't know if it...
I think what I'm getting at, do you think that we have taken it from alien technology, or it's just a natural progression of humanity?
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody's talking about aliens. They're talking about it being a natural progression of technology. That's how I've taken it. It makes sense. It's nothing alien about going hypersonic, 20,000 miles an hour, 15,000 miles an hour. It's not alien. Doesn't sound like it to me. Alien sounds like the Tic Tac almost. And
because that's alien technology to us.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, man. All I know is that China is supposedly, they're the ones that have the Tic Tac, and they're showing us the rocket because they don't want to tip their hat to exactly all the technology they have.
I mean, we haven't seen a real, and I mean a real jump when it comes to how we get into space.
Yeah.
Since the early days of NASA.
Right.
We still use it. Yeah, we can paint them up well. We can make them look futuristic. We can wear a fancy spacesuit. Elon's doing the fancy spacesuits. But at the end of the day, they still do the same thing. Yes, they can land now. They can reuse them, but we're still using the same. We're still putting the same shit inside them,
Yeah.
to power them.
More or less, yeah.
But when you look at UFOs and how they move, true story. I was out there with the missus. This was a few weeks ago.
Right.
And I'm seeing this thing moving in the sky. And I don't know if you've ever seen something when it's been pitch black and it looks like a star, and you think, shall I bother filming that? And you think there's absolutely no point even trying, because I won't be able to see anything, because it was, and I said to my wife, I said, that looks like a UFO. I said, it's got no flashing lights on it. And then it was moving, and this is a clear night. This is a really clear night, not a cloud in the sky, and it was almost like the color of the background here, like a dark blue sky. And it was bright, and it had a glow to it. And it was just moving along the sky, and then it just went gone. It didn't zap off. It disappeared. Didn't go behind a cloud. Like turned off. And she went, where did it go? I said, there you go. That's a UFO.
What time was it?
It was about 9 o'clock.
In the morning?
Roughly, because I think it was about an hour before before our show.
Oh, tonight.
No, so not tonight. This was weeks and weeks ago.
Okay, so the sun had just went down.
Yeah, it's getting darker here in the UK, but it wasn't as dark as it is now.
Sounds like it may have been an iridium flare satellite, maybe.
It could have been. It more than likely was, but I didn't even bother filming it because I thought,
can't tell what it is.
I can't tell what it is. There's no
that's
point.
That's a mistake.
I know that is a mistake. I wish I had, but I don't think my camera would have picked it up. I really don't think it would have picked up the dot, because it was a dot.
Yeah, you never know what that dot's gonna do, though. So that's why it's always good to. I always say record them. Don't send them to me if they're not doing anything, but record them anyway.
You mean if the dot just all of a sudden went?
Yeah.
That? But how many people have sent that footage in?
Yeah. And a couple of them looked like, I don't know, it looked real. You know where they just get smaller and smaller and smaller?
Yeah, but
Like it's going away.
how many of you actually seen of a dot and then the dot goes woof, like that? I'm talking from the general
Yeah,
public
never.
filming them.
I've never seen it.
I can't think of them.
Only the fake ones, yeah. Never seen a real
The
one.
fake ones, yeah.
Yep, but now it makes sense that it was China all along. At least this is my opinion, but and well, not only my opinion. I've changed my opinion. I used to think it was the Americans, the U.S., who had this technology and didn't want anybody to know.
Jennifer, thank you, my friend. Nobody has ever mentioned the effects. Rich, help me out here.
Oh yeah, nobody ever mentions the effects, discoveries, and its impact on physics and associated technologies and worldwide phenomenons like sonic booms. So
you
no one
guys
ever...
are getting a lot of those, aren't you? You guys are getting a lot of those booms.
I have them here in Florida. Heard another one a few days ago, 4 a.m.
What's your thoughts on what that actually could be?
Man, I have a theory that I think we're flying into or are stuck in some sort of debris field. And these are little asteroids getting in our atmosphere. Or it's us testing technology in the sky or under the ground. I mean, take a pick, man. I mean, it's crazy. There's little tremors with these things, you know, miniature earthquakes. Houses shake.
Yeah, that's interesting you should say that, because didn't that one that hit Russia that was filmed, that made a booming sound when it came through the atmosphere?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that one was amazing. Yeah, that was in 2015, I believe.
You know,
that was crazy. Off the dash cam, sent shockwaves. Thousands of windows.
Blew windows out, yeah. A window smashing where with these booms where you guys are?
One person had a window crack, but most of them are just shaking pretty bad. And, you know, some items fall off of shelves and things like that. Even in Arizona, when I was in Arizona, we had one. And
what is
Chelyabinsk. I think it's Chelyabinsk. It's Russia. That's where the meteor went off, the one you're talking about.
Right. I thought that rung a bell.
Asteroid. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a meteor when it hits the ground.
Oh, I meant the effect of the Hadron Collider.
Oh, the Hadron Collider. Hadron. You know the one, right?
We spoke about that many times, yeah. It's certain.
Could it be the effect of the Hadron Collider? Nah, I don't think so. Could be, but I don't think so. Would they tell us? No. But how do we know? We don't know. I don't think so. Some people think when they first turned that thing on, all that existed stopped existing and we're in another dimension.
That would explain the Mandela effect.
Stop it, you.
I said this.
Stop it right there. How dare you?
We looked that up on a show. We looked that up on a show of when the Mandela effect started. And it started I think it was about 8 months after they first used the collider, which is very strange.
That's weird.
And I'm telling you now, C3PO never had a silver leg. Never in a million years.
I think he did.
Well, like you say, it's probably just memory.
It is. Well, I don't remember him ever having a silver leg either. But everything else, like Fruit Loops and Berenstain Bears and everything else, I remember the spelling of Fruit Loops with 2 O's, you know, and all that stuff. It's just bad memory. And when it started, it was people closer to, 40 years old, because that stuff happened 25 years earlier when they were just kids, and it's all subliminal. So, of course, when you get older, your brain doesn't need to remember all that stuff anymore. So you think everything just changed, but it didn't. It's bad memory. If that stupid Mandela effect was real, I'd walk outside and my car would be a Lamborghini one day. Or a Pinto.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying there.
Yeah, everything's little tiny changes.
The New York Yankees hat might be
Yeah.
totally different logo, but it's always
Well, yeah, right. That would be a real Mandela effect. But nothing big ever changes. It's
I'm
a
not
joke.
I'm not into Mandela effect. I never have been, but
Good.
I some of the things I have to say. I mean, what was it? It's mirror mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's not magic mirror. It's not magic mirror.
It's magic.
It's never been magic mirror, Rich.
It always has, and I'll tell you why. Because I was alive when that thing came.
Jennifer, look what you've started. Look what you've started here. Thank you for the super chat.
You know why it turned into mirror mirror? Because some bozo in an ad for the movie put a little bubble next to the mirror as the woman walks, the witch or whatever, walks up to it. And it says mirror mirror because he messed up or she messed up when they made that little bubble speak. That's why that person, that mistake happened.
Thank you, Abby. Great subject. I'm glad you think it's a great subject. We do these shows, and I think it's a bit like Goof on. You start a show, and then you go on a tangent, but that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
You're walking the line tonight.
I know. I want you to grow a tash like that, Rich, like your mug.
I'm sorry, I got a drink. I just woke up. I'm sorry.
No, I know you could drink. Yeah, I've got a drink as well.
You wanted you want it stuck to me like a marionette?
No, I want you to grow that type of tash. You know
this
like the mug, the tash and the mug.
Oh yeah, Fu Manchu.
I think you could pull it off. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a show. I know a few Mandela affected channels, and I'm going to get them on, Rich. And you're going to come on as well.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. And what are you gonna tell them? Here's how those.
I'm gonna just sit back and watch you argue with them.
I'm gonna say, dude, you're wasting your time. It's all bad memories. And but how about this? It's bad memory. That's the conversation. There's no more to it. Yeah, but this one with Fruit Loops and oh my God, there's not one of them they could tell me is a legitimate Mandela effect ever.
Thank you, Abby. I appreciate the super
chat.
Yeah.
GG Abby Lynn over there.
So nothing. There's nothing. There's not one of them that has made you think.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, forget the Mandela effect then.
No, seriously, not one. Even if I thought it was Luke, I am your father. It's still a bad memory because the original, screenplay or screenwrite was no, I'm your father. Not Luke, I am your father. That was done because of bad advertising. Wrong.
You see, the strange thing with this, and I am going to move on from this, people. Don't worry, we're not going to stay on Mandela. But you see people putting their old videotapes in to try and watch it. But if it was a total paradigm shift, the videotapes would not. They would debunk you. Because if it was a shift, they would. You wouldn't have if you had shifted realities, no matter what you had, whether you had an old book, the Berenstein Bears, or you had, a model of C3PO, which I did have a totally silver model. Not silver. There was a silver C3PO though. Mm-hmm. I had a gold one, and it was solid gold. He never had it. They couldn't be asked to make a silver leg on the toy. Too expensive.
It doesn't mean that's a Mandela effect. So we're going to base the entire universe changing on C3PO's leg?
Yes.
Unbelievable. People would be... If things changed, it would be such a news thing. It would be crazy. People all over the world are forgetting things like this, that, and the other thing. Even today when I woke up, I thought this was the name of the diaper, but it was not. Come on. And nobody has a videotape with proof, do they? If somebody can show me it says mirror, mirror on the wall, on an original.
No, that would be impossible. That would be, because if there's been a shift, Rich, everything's changed. You wouldn't have an old tape because we're in a different reality. that would be impossible. So you might, but you would also think, why would you still have that memory? Again, like you say, you debunk it as we've forgotten.
You just proved everything. You just said it without even knowing it.
I know, I'm genius.
Because
what did I say?
If the universe did change, then we wouldn't be able to notice the difference. So it didn't change. Because you can't get that proof. That proves it right there.
Unless humans are, you may get a dimensional change, but something about us, whether it's the soul, whatever it is, that still keeps the memory. You can do the shift, but you can't take the human mind out of the old dimension into the new dimension. You can't reprogram a human.
Right,
As much as
right.
they try to reprogram us, they can't reprogram us. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's all fun to talk about, but yeah, I'll get some Mandela affected people on the show. That'd be a good conversation.
Mandela affected. That is beautiful.
Is that not what
yeah.
they say?
I never heard it that way before. I think it's funny.
But so, I mean, moving on from the collider, but what if the UFOs are messing with? Maybe they're messing with our reality. Maybe whatever they're doing, coming in, or if it is our technology and we are moving, shifting through dimensions with these tic tacs, with whatever it is, maybe that would affect the actual planet itself. Where we are, changing things ever so slightly, but still changing. I mean, when they sent those, and I think I spoke about this on a show before, my dad used to always tell me the story about, I'm not going to talk about the UFO, about the two planes that went round the world together, and the atomic clocks were slightly out, like nanosecond, a nano of a second out, but it was out, that proved that time, if you travel, you can change time. I don't. Have you ever looked that up? Have you ever seen anything to do with that? It's a true thing that it's a.
Yeah,
and
when
it's
astronauts go up in space, they gain a few 100 millimeters of a second, whatever, nanoseconds. They gain a nanosecond. Yeah, I saw that. The Brookhaven National Lab in the U.S. is a Hadron Collider. If you split atoms at such a level, you may experience sonic booms, from Jennifer Siami.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I did not know that you guys had one. Or a similar thing.
Yeah, the Brookhaven National Lab in the U.S. is a Hadron Collider. I didn't know that either.
Wow. Yes.
I didn't. I thought there was only one. There's more than one.
It seems like a lot of effort just to prove the God particle, or is it black matter, or what they?
Dark matter, the God particle.
Matter, yeah.
Well, they're smashing different things,
Smashing atoms together.
Yeah. The God particle, I think, was the original thing, but people were worried in 2012, I believe, that if they did it, that would be the end of everything. A black hole would form. But what kind of sonic booms? Like loud ones, like we hear from jets? Is that what is Jennifer saying?
Yeah, well, I've seen the reports. You guys are they're popping up. Everybody's YouTube channels are popping up in the States now, saying that these loud booms are being.
Yeah.
It's been on. I think it's even been on CNN. It's definitely been on Fox.
Yeah, it was on all the channels. You're right.
And it's really ramped up. I mean, I can remember when there was a lot of the booms. Have you done a show about the booms? I think
I've done a segment about it. Yeah. I did. I also did a little episode, like a mini 15-minute video on the sounds of the Trumps in the sky.
It is crazy. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, but I debunked it. Remember?
Was it something to do with
Had to do with machines digging.
Construction.
That's all it was. Yeah, when they grind against the earth and they're digging.
Was that when you was in Arizona?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. I remember that.
exact same sound.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Exact same sound.
I mean, I've had it once over here, and it turns out that it was two jets that went to sort out an airliner that had gone off course. But I mean, it's illegal to scramble, to even do a sonic boom. I say illegal, but it's the military, so they can do what they want. It's a mind boggle though why all those booms are going off at your end of the woods. It's crazy.
And nobody has that.
Not only that, what?
No, I mean there's little earthquakes with these things, tremors too. There's they hear the big boom and then it's crazy.
But you do get crazy weather as well,
But it wasn't weather though. And
maybe
she videotaped it, and you can see the glass, doing when it happened.
I like your explanation of that. It may be something coming through the atmosphere, but that could be anything coming through the atmosphere. Maybe it is them testing tech. Maybe they're testing the Tic Tac.
But the Tic Tac and anything hypersonic I didn't think it was leaving, like Fravor said, it wasn't leaving a sonic boom. It didn't boom, but maybe at certain speeds maybe it did. I don't know.
How would you even hear the boom? When you're in a jet.
Yeah, You wouldn't hear it when you're in it.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't know. I mean, do you? I don't know.
I'm sure he said there was no sonic boom. I'm sure he said that. I could be wrong.
Oh, there was no sonic boom when?
From the Tic Tac. It made nothing.
There wasn't. Fravor said there was. He actually said that there was no sonic boom.
What, did he have his ear to the window?
Do you know how loud those things are? He would have felt it.
Yes, I had them over my house.
Sure,
yeah, you would have heard them. Yeah,
he would have felt it, man. It's crazy loud, that thing, especially when they're really low. Huh?
I don't know if I've spoke to you about the guy. I think he was on that show recently. The radar guy, Kevin Day.
Kevin Day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you make of him? Because he seems like not.
He's
doesn't
unstable.
seem. He seems very not unconfident, but almost unconfident, but not in what he's saying, but like he's a little bit shaky.
Well, he went through a lot when he saw those 80 or 100 of them falling from the sky. Episode 4 on Unidentified, called Raining UFOs. When he went to talk to people, nobody was admitting it for some reason. And he got frustrated. He knows what he saw. And then, I guess years later, he saw that they were talking about it on the TV at a bar he was at. Because he went through some tough times. He got into drinking, got divorced. Because he said nobody would corroborate what I saw on radar. Isn't that weird? Why would somebody get that emotionally distraught? This is what's in our army. Or
okay,
whatever.
yeah, that's my question, and I'd like to get the guy on, but for him to have a job of that sort of, to be in that job in the first place. Now, my friend who's in the RAF, he wanted to be he's a technician and he fixes the planes, okay, but the job that he actually applied for was air traffic control.
Mm-hmm.
And he is solid as a rock. I mean, you could insult him, you could say whatever. This guy would watch E.T. and not cry.
Man, that's a man there.
He is that type of guy.
That's a real man. And
he's extremely intelligent. Mm-hmm. So the the IQ and everything. He passed for everything, but he didn't get the job he didn't get the job he wanted. He had
Air
to work
traffic
his way up.
control.
They said that he may not be able to handle it. There was a few things they needed to do a lot of. They needed to vet him first. Almost, he had to work his way up to that. Now that's in the UK.
Yeah.
But when he's there and he's getting emotional over what he saw and them not believing him, I find that not. Well, I don't want to say I don't believe the guy, but like you said, for somebody to be in that position, to have that role, surely to be in that role, you should be ready for anything.
Absolutely. Nailed it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No matter what it is. 50 dots, 1 dot, 100 dots. You need to be Mr. Steel. Cool breeze, man. Nothing affects you. Nothing is out here. Everything is focused. Sounds like he had a little bit of a panic attack. You know, that to me, in the U.S., we've lowered our standards. Let's just say that. And we had to appease everybody. So more people can get into the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. It's amazing what they've done. So I'm not sure if in 2004 that was the case, but Kevin Day fits that role. And hey, man, you got hundreds or even thousands of people in the Army or whatever. There's going to be 1 or 2 bad apples, or apples that go sour slowly. He may have been one of those. You know, not everybody's of a perfect mind. Well,
I mean, unless it was more the home life that affected him, and
yeah,
that I can understand.
And
I can understand.
Yeah, and it followed him to work, but this was going on for almost 2 years anyway, right? Isn't that what they said, or was that in 2019, 2014?
I'm not sure, but even if he saw them firing nuclear missiles and they just escaped by the skin of the teeth, and he witnessed that, for that type of job, you would think the test that they would do on somebody that is in that role, that they should be able to take anything. So either he saw something so shocking, or like I've just said, in his personal life, a lot of shit was going on, and then that affected him at work, and he just couldn't cope with it.
Well, we need to clarify something. Kevin Day didn't have a breakdown or anything at work. It was after the fact.
Yes, I know that.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason I say that, because if anybody just came in, it sounds like we're attacking him for,
oh no, we're
being
definitely not attacking him. I've got the utmost respect. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah,
what could have possibly happened to turn somebody with that type of training to do a job with that huge, and that is a huge responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the radar seat, when you're actually looking at what's coming in, you have to be switched on. You have to be that person that is on the ball, that can take anything, that can take a nuclear missile on radar, whatever.
Sure.
You have to be that person that can, not panic and be there to report it or whatever they do.
Gotta be a rock, yeah.
You gotta be a rock. You gotta smell what the rock's cooking.
He may have been the rock, but when people wouldn't believe him or talk to him about what he saw, and then the tapes went missing, according to him, I don't know. But
they said that somebody came in.
Yeah, a couple of guys off
them.
a helicopter. Helicopter landed on there and supposedly took him. I've heard stories that nobody came in a helicopter and took the tapes. They just went missing. So I don't know, but apparently that's the real story. Somebody came and took them. There were 2 operators, radar operators. I just can't remember the other one. I think it was Chris or something. I'm not sure.
But now you
Underwood?
have. But now, Rich, though, if it's just a story to sell, but now you have NASA backing it up. That's interesting. You've got NASA backing that up. You know,
So Bill Nelson and NASA backed up the Tic Tacs?
Bill Nelson. I'm going to play it again for you.
I'm just asking, yeah.
No, I'm going to play it
I
again.
know the answer.
I'm going to play it again because he backed those pilots up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's hear it again, though.
Major damage to planet Earth. The force
He's got such an
of
echo on
that,
his mic.
after it goes through the Earth's atmosphere, and
Yeah.
it's still the size of
See their
a
ties,
football
man?
field hitting the planet. You're talking about a major disaster. Larry, before we leave, I hadn't even talked about the search for extraterrestrial life. What do you think what do you think we're doing on Mars? What do you think we're looking for life? This is a part of NASA's mission. That's what this telescope is going to be looking for. Are there other planets elsewhere that there is life? Now, I know what you've seen is what those Navy pilots saw in 2004, and there have been some 300 sightings since then. And I've talked to those pilots, and they know they saw something, and their radars locked onto it. And then all of a sudden it was here on the surface, and then it's there. And they don't know what it is, and we don't know what it is. We hope it's not an adversary here on Earth that has that kind of technology.
Oh.
But it's something.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a mission that we're constantly looking.
God dang it. He does sound like he practiced that.
He brought in the threat then, didn't he?
Yeah.
He brought the threat in.
They are a threat. If you don't know what something is, if something was in your house, but just kept floating around you, didn't do anything, you know? It's just floating going in and out of other rooms and everything, and everywhere you go it followed. Wouldn't you feel threatened? I mean,
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
I've got two of the little bastards.
So you know. Yeah, but it's a threat. I get it. I don't like it. I don't like the way they pulled it all out the last 4 years. It was a total disinformation campaign. It's exactly what it was. And that's why they wanted to get this seat, the permanent office of the Secretary of Defense inside of the Department of Defense in the Pentagon, because they wanted to know what these things are doing and what our friends. That's what Elizondo said. We need to have this office. Once we have this office inside the government, then we could get with our allies and all the people around the world. And then they're all going to put their notes together, and they're going to say, hey, we saw the Tic Tacs here. We just never reported it. We were doing a training mission over here, and we saw the Tic Tacs. Everybody's seeing it during training missions. Interesting. So who's left? Well, we didn't talk to China or Russia, but man, I wonder if they have it. Sure enough, they fly that rocket around the world. Never been done before. That means they can go anywhere they want with the nuclear warhead.
You don't think we've got it then?
I don't know.
I think the UK's got it.
Well, you know, UK is number 2 in the world with UFO sightings.
We don't talk about it, though. I mean, the UK government don't talk about it. The UK news barely talks about it.
Wow. You guys have not as... The United States is almost covered in reports except for the middle part. But compared to the rest of the world, the United States is about 90% of the sightings around taken over the whole world. So what does that mean? What's going on over the U.S. and Canada?
Maybe Anjali's right, maybe that's where the base is.
Anjali, man, she didn't go there physically. She went there in her mind, right? Didn't she go there? She didn't actually go into the tunnel.
No. She went into a coffee shop. We've discussed this, Rich. She met Dave and Brenda at the table when she was with Donald, her friend Donald, and Donald said, "I'm going to leave you with these people you've never met before." but it's been nice meeting up with you again. And Dave and Brenda told her a story about, you know, the alien base. So she said, well, you know what? I'd like to come with you, but before I do, I'm going to message my son at your location just in case you decide to chop me up into little pieces, which is fair enough. She went. She went to the house. Fortunately, she didn't get. She you know, they were nice people. He did live in a nice big ranch, yeah. And they took her to the mountain. They took her into the tunnel, and she walked that tunnel all the way up, and she saw the aliens, and then she appeared back inside Dave and Brenda's house,
Right.
underneath the kitchen beam, which is exactly where Dave said she'd appear. They weren't liars. They weren't. They took her, and they told her she'd reappear in the kitchen. She reappeared in the kitchen. She is now going to take people at some point this year. Angeli, I did message you on Twitter to come on the show. See, you should have come on the show because I believe you. I believe you, sincerely believe you.
You do, yeah.
I do, yeah. I don't understand your problem with it, Rich. I really don't. I think the lady is going to be the head of disclosure.
She has 8 weeks.
If it was in the UK, if it was in the UK and somebody said that, I'd be saying time's ticking because it's getting cold.
Right. But didn't this happen in a place where there isn't snow? Where is this place? In Arizona? I can't remember.
I don't know where it is.
California?
I listened and then it went in one ear and out the other. Oh, here we go. Mind blown. China not got Tic Tac tech. Would
show it for game over.
Why do my eyes not work? I hate this.
China doesn't have TikTok.
China does not have TikTok tech. China does not have TikTok tech, or it would show. It would show and it'd be game over. It would be. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It'd be game over if China had TikTok. I've been to China. They're nice people. They don't want to destroy people. You know, they just want to sell loads of the tech to us all. You know, we buy it.
I don't know who said it, but they have 90% or 80% of the lithium in the world.
Really?
Yeah. So that's pretty big.
I don't know about the American thing with China, but I mean, I've been to China. It's a great place. The people are lovely, but I don't know about the government. The people are amazing. The nicest people you would ever meet. I've been into people. I got invited into somebody's house for dinner. And I'm talking about just somebody's general house I'd never met. And I went in and had dinner in their house. Crazy times. Amazing times as well. But the country is just absolutely phenomenal.
I would like to go there.
Yeah, the tech they have, though, is quite amazing. How it all runs, the cities and everything. But I don't know about the Tic Tacs. I didn't see any Tic Tacs. I saw some great drones, though, and robots.
They've got good stuff, man. China got the tech, yeah.
I've got a video of the drones, which I might put up on the channel, actually, because I think I can now, because I don't work for the company anymore. But, yeah, the drones are phenomenal. And even now, I reckon if I get those drones up, they would probably look better than most of the drones that you would see in the average shop of today.
Yeah.
And that was 6 years ago. It's the tech is phenomenal, but it always has been. It always has been. Whether they've got a Tic Tac or not, I don't know. I mean, if you think that's their tech, Rich, and a few other people have said that, and I know a lot of people implying it,
well,
there would be a good reason not to show it. You know,
right. That's what I'm saying. So why not just show us the rocket part
That's like,
And yeah, that's what I said first thing in the show. They're not going to show us what the best thing is. Now, so what that means is, if it was China, they've watched us training, without impediment. They were flying around our pilots, watching all of everything we do. If they, they're gathering data on all of our battlefield plans, possibly, how we train, where we go. They've got it all. They have everything. I believe they literally hacked the United States military deep. And they've been doing it for years. That's the whole thing. Undetected, man.
well, I would say they'd be offended by this video, but did you know that YouTube is banned in China?
What?
Yeah, you're not allowed YouTube in China.
I didn't know that.
No, nor WhatsApp. I had to use WeChat. I had to use an app called WeChat. I wasn't allowed to use WhatsApp while I was out there,
Oh, wow.
which was quite insane. But
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
the company said we all needed to download WeChat, and I had to use WeChat while I was in China.
Because I
Wait.
think YouTube has too much information that China doesn't want their people to see.
Though I did go live on the Great Wall of China because I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
But that was back when I had about 100 subscribers. So yeah, but I don't honestly. When it comes to the tech, I kind of think you guys have got it. I really do, because of NASA and the research that have been done along the years. I refuse to believe that they stopped progressing the technology. It's almost like you guys have kept your secrets for a reason. NASA. I refuse to believe that NASA, just after all these years, from going to the moon, 7 times, they just stopped going to the moon.
Right.
Why would you just stop going to the moon? It's a great place. If you get a base up there, especially.
Have you ever heard of a show called UFO Seekers?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Secure Team 10 used to promote them, I think. The guys in Area 51.
Not that guy. There's a different one. That's another UFO Seekers, I believe, right? There's 2 of them.
Oh, is there? Okay, they've both
Isn't
got the
there?
same. I thought UFO Seekers is the guy with he's got the car and it's got UFO
Yeah.
Seekers written on the car.
Yep, that's that guy, but I don't know if this is him because I thought there was two different UFO Seekers out there. But anyway, it looks like it might be that guy. I don't know the logo. Is it? Anyway, so he's been sending me these videos that he makes and things that he figures out and have figured out. And he made a video explaining why it's China. And he said,
are you friends with the UFO Seeker guy?
I would think so, yeah.
Oh, you should get him on.
Yeah. That's a great idea, actually. For this, it is.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see that.
But he made a video a week ago, and it's unbelievable the way he put it together and figured out that it might be China after all. So
Have you played it on your show yet?
No, tonight I will. So he gave me
Awesome.
permission to play it. Yeah, and he wants me to. But he made an 8-minute video, and it's unreal, the things he says. So
thank you, Jennifer. Again, yeah. I mean, if they've got all the lithium, we need those lithium batteries. I definitely do. I've got lots of things that have lithium batteries. Isn't the electric cars, the Teslas, they run off lithium batteries, don't they?
Yeah.
I really want a Tesla, but we don't have enough.
Money?
One, we don't have enough money.
Oh, you mean grids, like?
But we don't have enough. The fueling points.
Oh, they're right.
They're getting there. but it's not like you guys in the States that have got them everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you,
you-
Jennifer. You're right though. The lithium batteries go. We're buggered.
When I was in Santa Monica with the Cousins brothers and Dark Hour and everybody, we had a Tesla for a week.
I
And
saw.
that thing is wickedly fast with 4 people in it. I couldn't believe it goes 0 to 60. I think it was like 2.8 seconds or something. It's almost as fast as a motorcycle. It's crazy.
Even the cheap electric
Yeah.
cars are insane on the acceleration.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I think the Teslas are beautiful cars.
They're
That
so
te-
cool.
Yeah, but the thing is with the Teslas, it's the actual technology that makes those cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about like the whole infrastructure of the unit in the middle and how that works with the car. So
Yeah.
so yeah, the lithium, the car being electric in itself and having a great, well, getting better, not like the fuel cars, but still can get a good mileage on a Tesla.
Oh yeah.
But it's the tech that makes a Tesla compared to the other electric cars. That's what makes them. They're just too expensive.
It's so cool when you're driving down the street and it shows you everything that's in front of you. It's so cool the way it maps it out.
You imagine that sort of technology to be. I imagine that sort of technology to be in a fast-moving vehicle. Not vehicle.
Tic-tac?
Tic-tac, yeah. Something that would move so fast that it would need some sort of self-navigation almost.
Yeah.
That Elon uses in his Tesla Tic-Tacs. And his space rockets as well. You know, they use similar tech on board to what his technology is insanely good. Let's put it that. I think NASA, if you look at a NASA spacecraft and then you look at a SpaceX spacecraft, that the tech in that looks way ahead of its time when it comes to NASA. You would expect NASA to be like that now.
Right.
Even better after the years and years, but
Sure.
I just don't. I think in the next 20 years we'll still be seeing rockets.
Yeah, it's like you just said with NASA, you still see extension cords hanging from the ceiling and, upside down outlets over here.
I want to see a solid state rocket.
Oh man.
Where it doesn't need to just keep ejecting and what have you, because they've probably got that technology, but it's hidden.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You do know, Rich, because if we believe in what we believe in when it comes to UFOs, when it comes to TR3Bs, I mean, we've not even spoke about that.
I know.
But people are seeing these objects in the skies for years and years and years.
I know.
And going back to Arizona, how many people witnessed the lights?
Tens to 20,000 people saw it.
And how big was it?
1 to 2 miles wide.
And moving at a nice steady pace as well.
Yeah, moving very, very slowly. Some said at a walking pace, which is, 0.2 miles an hour to hundreds of miles an hour without making a sound. They said when the wings would be wide, but when they came in close, then it would jolt away from them really quick like. And then it would spread open the wings or whatever.
Have you ever thought that may have just been flares?
No. Come on. No, I'm talking about the 8:15
I'm just asking the question.
sighting. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the 8:15 sighting, not the 10 o'clock one that everybody saw on TV. That was flares. That was the distraction because so many people called in about what happened around 8:15. So
how many people back then had video cameras?
Nobody. The 10 o'clock one, there's supposedly 2 or 3, but those are flares. But the 8:15 one, there's not one video of it. There's a video that was taken like a week earlier that was up in Jerome, Arizona, just north of Phoenix. But they don't know if that was it or what. But nope, nobody's got it on video, which is interesting because it happened so quick. And back then in 97, we didn't have cell phones like we do today.
No, but you had video cameras. You know, people.
Yeah.
That was kind of the thing. People got a video camera for Christmas. You know, somebody bought the dad a video camera. Here, dad is a video camera.
Yeah.
That was probably the problem, that nobody knew how to use it.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you, Fred. Yeah, they no longer are allowed. Well, are they no longer allowed, or did NASA lose the technology to go to the moon?
Oh, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
And
in my
that
life.
it makes me.
Who
feel
thought of that
sick.
and said that's a brilliant idea? We lost it all.
Wait, have you looked at the way he says it? The way he says it, he looks like David Fravor in that first interview on
Yes.
Fox News, where it's, we lost the technology to go to the moon.
Yeah, yeah, he's all programmed. He's a Manchurian candidate. Hey.
No, we didn't lose the technology to go to the moon. Well, you didn't. Rich
I
might
did.
have done.
No, I did not.
If you were in charge, you would have done.
No,
You
I
would've-
would have never have lost it. I
You
would have
don't
kept
think?
it. Come on.
You'd have put it in a
Really?
box.
Huh?
You'd have put it in a box safe, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It would be in the attic.
You would have backed that shit up.
I would have, man. Someday we'll go back to the moon. Maybe they threw it out thinking we're never going back, so why keep this stuff? Well, it's got historical value. First time man's ever been to the moon. You know that ain't true, Johnson. There's aliens up there. I know, but they don't know. That's how that went down. We got to throw it out. Let's just keep it. I hope somebody kept it instead of throwing it out.
People keep saying that, going back to the lights, people keep saying they're waiting for that that new event, the next Phoenix Lights, and apparently it's going to happen when that happens.
Yeah.
When that happens next with all the cell phones, that's game over. You know, that's disclosure for you. It's almost like the aliens know we've got these phones now, and they won't do it again.
I know. It's been since 2005, since the Chicago O'Hare incident, that we've had something. Right? Have we had any sightings where lots of citizens have seen and reported UFOs since then? Do you know of any?
Not like that, and that's gonna bring me back to this, Rich, the title of the show,
Yeah.
because the Phoenix Lights. Do you really think that would have happened if everybody had one of these?
I don't know, man. I really don't. But lately I've been saying I don't know, but probably not.
Because you don't know. Nobody
I know.
does.
I feel like I'm a broken record of the worst kind. I really been saying I don't know more than ever because I really don't know. In the old days, I would say, yeah, you know, it's this, it's that. But really, we don't know.
Lee's in the chat.
Hey!
Lee's the moon. Lee's the new. You know, like Joe Rogan.
He's a moon denier?
Joe Rogan was a moon denier for a long time. Lee's a moon denier.
We never went to the moon, in my opinion. It's what we're told about. Space is a lie. Too much is fakery to believe anything we are given. Where's your proof?
He just feels it in his gut. You know.
Doesn't look like.
I don't blame him.
It looks fake.
We've had this conversation so many times. I sound like a broken record. We talk about the ships going up into space. Do you remember when we had Area 503 and we spoke and Area 503? If you're watching this, I love you to pieces. But it was like he got like my dad when I'm talking about space travel and about them not showing enough footage for me to be able to accept it. What, you don't think it's real? No, I'm just asking the question, you know, why do they not show, Why, when they went to the moon, did they not have? They had good footage going up there. I've seen the documentary where Buzz is on board with a video camera, filming in very good quality Neil Armstrong while they're on the ship, brushing the teeth or whatever they're doing. But they didn't use that and pop it over while Neil was going down the ladder. Maybe the camera would have imploded. I don't know, but I get exactly what Lee's saying. There's nothing now other than faith in NASA, faith in the government, faith in the world. The people controlling everything. That's what we've got. We've got faith, and I'm not a moon denier. I'm just saying, question everything, because that's what you should do.
It's Photoshop, because it has to be.
What's photoshopped?
Everything. There's a good explanation to why a camera wasn't pointed down at what's his name going down the ladder on the moon. I'll find that video and send it to you.
I know what you're going to say.
No.
Because he'd have had to have the spacesuit on, and it's attached to the spacesuit.
Yeah, that's not it though. That was what I said, but I think it's the guy gave such a logical explanation as to why we don't see him go down the ladder like you're explaining. I'll find that and send it to you, and you can use it someday. I know where to find it, so it'll be good. It's weird.
Steve loves the island. I don't know which island. I think he's talking about Lee's island.
Dr. Moreau?
No, Lee lives on the Isle of Man. I think it's the Isle of Man or Isle of Wight. Oh, but Lee says only bring up the ISS fake stuff. I daren't show that on YouTube because that will be immediately the video might get taken down.
Why?
There's a few videos out there that I have watched, and I think I might have sent you a couple of them, Rich, and I've sent Lee some of them, and it's a few of the let's just call them the globe deniers.
Yeah.
Where they believe because that maybe there's a little bit of tomfoolery going on a certain giant object that is orbiting the Earth with a few people on board, that is very shiny and it moves extremely fast. They think because it moves so fast, it wouldn't survive up there 5 minutes. Because
talking about the ISS?
Yes. But what we're talking about have you ever watched ISS glitches where the people kind of glitch out?
Yeah, of course. Seen them all. I love it.
Some of them do look some of them you just think, well, you know what? They're all the way up there, and that's just image artifacts in that video image artifacts. But some of them, your jaw goes like that. And I showed my dad one of them, and he went, "You watch some nonsense, you."
Right.
Yeah, he got a little bit angry, And I think the anger there might be because he almost felt a little bit like
you ruined his dreams.
Yeah.
You took away his fantasy of all fantasies.
Because my dad constantly used to speak about, them going to the moon and what have you.
My dad.
And I said, Dad, I'm not saying it's not real, but what I'm saying is that bit there, right there, that thing that you're watching right there, it looks odd. It looks a little bit fake, Dare I say it?
Right.
But
what did he say?
I think he told me to fuck off. And he doesn't normally use that language.
But my dad's like, it doesn't say F off, but he's like the same way. Get out of here with that. I'm not going to watch that. I'm like, why don't you want to know the truth for once? Your generation thinks everything's a conspiracy. And
We
I'm
do.
like, but this one's good. Just take a look at this. But they don't understand the technology and how it works and why things fade out. If you tell
Yeah.
them, well, it's fading out because of whatever, they'll be like, it's not English. I don't know what you're saying. So then they think we're tricking them.
It's not necessarily the fading out ones that get me. It's the ones where, because maybe that is just a really convenient image artifact that does that. But it's the ones where they're doing this
Oh, yeah.
and there's just nothing there.
Right.
It's-
Guy's putting fruit up, grabbing over here. I mean, and nothing's in his hand.
You could just imagine somebody, one of the big bosses, sat in the iron chair going, fucking hell, I can't believe you've done it again.
Yeah.
Can you get this technology right, people?
It is
I don't
weird. Look,
But it's there. It's there, Rich, because you have a good friend of mine. He's an astronomer. He's actually, I think he's a feature channel. He is a feature channel. He's one of the channels that filmed the ISS going past the moon and slowed
I
it
saw that.
down.
Yep.
And you can plain as day see it.
Yeah.
You can even see the shape of it.
Mhm.
So there's something there.
It's there. Or maybe it's a
Alright.
hologram.
Oh, projected. Oh, I didn't think of that.
All of space is a hologram. Haven't you heard all the news? All the rave. Space is a hologram. I watched a video the other day and it was so convincing. I'm like, man, why'd I have to watch that?
If it's a hologram, Rich, and this is a program, this is the worst computer game. I would fund this. This would get a bad review, this computer game, if this Earth simulation is. It's not a good game to play. I am not having fun.
Yeah,
You know?
I know.
I did say that though. I said that to my dad. I said, he said, so you don't believe they went to the moon? I said, Dad, I believe they went to the moon. But I said, look at the interview when the astronauts come back from the moon.
Yeah.
Watch it. I said, I think they saw something. And he said, what do you think they saw? Aliens? I said, no, I think they saw the grid.
Yeah, the end.
I think they saw the end of the simulation.
Maybe. Like,
But then
Truman
what would
Show.
you? But then what would UFOs be, Rich? What would aliens be? What would be? Would they even be? Are they the next level of the computer game?
well, let's hold on, man. You and I haven't seen a UFO to the point that we could say that's definitely alien technology or our technology. I have never touched one, nor have I gotten close to one. Have you? No. Nobody has.
I've seen something.
But there's many stories that I have, the FBI files of UFOs, it's amazing, where people have seen and spoke to aliens and were believed to be real encounters. So there's a lot of interaction, believe it or not, with the aliens and UFOs. I don't know what it means.
Mine's
It's weird.
more the paranormal kind of things, seeing things, odd things that I can't explain happen, strange coincidences that happen, deja vus, number patterns, seeing odd things in life.
yeah.
It's almost like code, like signs. That is what has happened to me over the last 6 years. It's not seeing UFOs up in the sky, and I constantly looked for a long time. I had my face. I used to walk home from work every night. I didn't used to. I used to work close by. I drive to work now, but I used to work quite close to home. But it was a good 20-minute walk, and I used to walk home every night. And I'm surprised I didn't get run over, because my face used to be just straight up looking up all the time, thinking, I need to see one. I need to see one. I need to see one. And I keep seeing them now. I keep seeing them. And you know what? I saw one this morning and I thought, wow, that's amazing. And then you know what it was, Rich? It was a balloon. Early hours of the morning. It was a balloon.
But
I was
how
looking.
did you? But
I was
you felt,
looking.
But you loved it, right? You loved the way you felt.
No, I was disappointed. It was a
when
balloon.
you first saw it, you thought it was a UFO, right?
Oh yeah, my heart started pounding.
Right. It's a great feeling.
But every time I look, Rich, it's just either something that just is in the corner of my eye, something that disappears quite fast. That's just like a little bit of light. That could be anything, iridium flare, like you said. It's never satisfying. I never get that video that I would be proud of to put up on YouTube. There was one that Paul took the pleasure of debunking for 8 hours, as you know. But that's probably the best one I've actually seen, which it turns out that it was a panda balloon. Well, he I don't know how he did that, because it was like a dot, but he debunked it as a panda balloon from China. We don't even have panda balloons in the UK, but God bless you, Paul. I love you.
You don't think somebody could buy one?
They could, but I don't think you could debunk 3 pixels as being a panda balloon, because it was that high up. I just don't think you can do that. Jennifer, very generous tonight, Jennifer. Thank you so much. The Tic Tac could be the UHB mouse.
What's UHB? Supposed to be USB?
USB mouse. Oh yeah. I think she means USB mouse in the game.
Well, that's what I've always said. Like when you put your mouse and you move your mouse left and no, you know what I mean? The cursor.
It's Tic Tac. Apple mouse. It's like a Tic Tac.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, I've said this in the past before. Like when we're on Earth, but we're in a video game. So let's say they have to fix something in the video game. Then they send their bots, the robots, to go in and do stuff. And then maybe a mouse, the cursor on your mouse, you know how it's on the screen? You move it left and right, that could be a UFO in the Earth's atmosphere that you're moving around. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying, yeah.
So when we look up, we see the mouse moving, but we call it a UFO.
I know we spoke about this before, Rich, but do you think it's simulation theory? Or do you think that do you ever think this is a simulation?
I don't think so.
Because I ask myself that question quite a lot of times, especially with things like deja vus, strange things that happen like number codes and what have you.
Yeah.
But somebody would have to create the simulation.
Yeah.
And then somebody would have to create the thing that's making the simulation. And is the thing that created the simulation in a simulation itself? And maybe the thing that made that in a simulation, is that in a simulation? Where does that go on? That's like the universe that goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on forever. So maybe simulation theory is not necessarily computer code as we
would perceive it to be.
Yes. Maybe it's just life in general. Maybe life in general is like computer code.
So then why do you need computer code to add trees, birds, and wind?
Maybe there's such thing as God. And God, the computer code is the creator's imagination.
Yeah, okay. That's good. But don't you think it would be changing? There would be major changes and things of that nature. Like
there is. We talked about C3PO.
I'm talking about mountains being erased and oceans being moved. I think if we were in a simulation, code would break down somewhere and we would see behind the curtain. I think if it is a simulation, there's so many programs going. Right now there's 7.5 billion of them going with people on Earth. And that's not even the other stuff that has to be programmed. Weather, animals, bugs, insects, things we can't see, sounds we can't hear. The sun, the moon, the planets, oh my. Everything. It's too big.
How do you think we'd manage without it?
Without what?
Well, you heard the rumors of the blackout from David Wilcock. You know, when he said that everything was going to go, the internet was going to go for quite some time.
Right.
I didn't know if you saw the show that he mentioned that. I actually thought about that. I thought, how would we actually, as human beings, cope without having social media, without having access to the internet? Would life itself, as in going shopping, the way things work, it would break down. We'd be starting from scratch. Completely.
Yeah, for the most part, we would. Steve K sent you a $10.
Yes, I'm just bringing that up. Thank you, Steve K. I think it's the future. I think it's the future humans. What the hell's that say? Wait, the hypothetical.
Yeah.
Hypothetical can explain everything.
Yeah, that hypothetical can explain everything. It fills in the holes, but it doesn't mean it's the truth. Aliens could just as well fill in the truth. Magic could fill in that and make it true. But I don't believe in time travel, so I don't think it's future humans at all.
But you don't believe in time travel when we look at a star in the sky.
That's not the same. That's not the same. That's just perception, time and distance. That's different. Seeing something 13 billion years ago happen now, that's just because it got here now. That doesn't,
Thank you, Steve.
That's not time travel. Time travel is me going back in time.
So you don't believe you can go back or forward?
Hell no. No way. No way. I think it's impossible. First of all, it's not like you think. It's not Back to the Future where you go 1955. You don't push in a number. You got to do so much math. I mean, to land back in 1955, to be in the same position where nothing's going to be around you without anything getting in your way. I mean, if you're off by 1/1,000,000%, you're going to wind up in space. That's what I think. So tell me, Ollie, how do you think we would get back in time and just show up there and we're on Earth? How do you mathematically make that happen? How do you build something that can tell you where you can go and what year you to pop up at?
Rich, I can barely wake up on a morning, let alone answer that question of how can we time travel.
That's true.
I mean, if there are such things as dimensions, which there are dimensions, maybe they figured out a way to go through a dimension and come back out a different time period in this dimension, but a different. I don't know.
How do you get there? That's what I want to know. How do you get to those other dimensions?
You would ask somebody like alien scientist that question, and not me.
I know. That's the problem I'm having with it. That's why I have these questions.
You should get him back on. That was a great show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Get him to show you around the lab.
I don't think he likes me anymore for some reason.
That's nonsense. Who wouldn't like you? Okay, let's not get into.
I think it's I don't know. Something happened. It has to do with the certain individual being on Third Phase of Moon's show that he thought would never go on Third Phase of Moon. And I think because I'm associated with Third Phase of Moon, he decided not to associate with me.
Oh.
It's a long story.
You know, for me, in this field, I don't know if it's because I'm like a little alien whore, but I would probably associate with anybody just for a conversation.
I know, man. That's what you're supposed to do.
Speaking of conversations, what is your show going to be about tonight?
Tonight?
Yes, because we're an hour and 40 minutes in.
We're
I know you're
gonna-
going to prepare for a show, and you've got to do a shop, and I've got to get to bed.
Yeah. It is going to be the Ufology Squid Game.
I love the thumbnail, Rich.
Yeah, you're very nice. Thank you. You could have made it look beautiful, though.
No,
But,
it is. People, it's a delicious thumbnail. And you are going to show the clip from that you said tonight from Truth Seekers, is it? Not Truth Seekers.
UFO Seekers?
UFO Seekers.
I am going to talk about how the same stuff we were talking about tonight, but with this video explaining it all. It's an 8-minute video. We'll use it for the first hour. It is really compelling information that this guy talks about. I mean, it really makes sense that it's China with these Tic Tacs.
I can't wait to see this.
I know, me too.
Is it good evidence, would you say?
It's good, yeah. It's
A
pretty
good
in-depth.
concept.
It's really good, yeah. It makes sense to me. And I told him that it fills in the blanks for me. Because I had questions about certain things, like, why couldn't it be this or that or China? You know, why can't it be Russia? And he kind of made sense what he says. And he's not the only one. And he talks about that too. Other people are on board with it's China. So everything Lou talked about is a disinfo campaign over the last couple of years. Just because we don't want the world to know that China has this technology. Now, don't forget, before Thanksgiving, there's supposedly an announcement that's going to happen. That's supposed to be...
Yes, I keep hearing this.
Huge.
People say I need to speak about it. What's it
Well-
going to be? What's the announcement going to be?
Apparently,
Helen, thank you for the super chat.
Helen Crystal Energy with a 5-pounder? Is that pounds?
That is pounds, Rich. That's what a pound looks like.
Saying time is only linear as we see it is like saying only what we can see exists, and we know that's not true. Right, I understand that, but that's talking about spectrums. I'm talking about reality, and if anybody can explain to me how time travel works, I'd like to know. That's my only question. That's my only beef with it. How do you get to point A to point B safely?
Also, Rich, though, and Helen, time is nothing but a human concept.
Right.
No.
It's not even real, really. But
Time
it's a
probably
measuring
isn't.
tool.
We measure.
Yeah.
It's our measuring tool, yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe time doesn't actually exist.
Well, time's different for the planet. Like if we were in Jupiter, things would be a lot slower, I think, because the gravity's so strong. So time would slow down. It's really weird.
I guarantee
Or
if there is those little guys with the grey, with the big heads and the big eyes, that time is not a thing for them. Not like we see it anyway.
Right.
Hidden underbelly. I would
Hey!
I would like to get you on the show, my friend. At some point. Thank you, Helen, for the super chat again. Hidden belly. You should join us at some point. So you're going to be showing this evidence, and are you going to be getting the guys on? I want to see the truth seekers on GoofOn.
I didn't think about it, but that's a great
Not
idea.
truth seekers. What are they called again, Rich?
UFO seekers?
UFO seekers. I remember when Secure Team 10 was massively promoting them
Yes.
guys, and they kind of they started to whoosh, and then they got the not saying that that's how they gain their channel, because what the stuff that they put out is really good and it's good quality, and he's got an awesome car with truth with what the frig's it called again, Rich? Seekers.
Oh,
Seekers.
UFO seekers? Yeah,
UFO
yeah.
seekers. Why can't I remember that?
I don't
I've
know.
had one glass of wine and half a can of lager.
Yeah, but look how big the wine is. It's the bottle.
No, it was filled to there, Rich.
Oh, that's it?
It's a big glass, so
You actually didn't have enough, is the point.
it's a big glass, so it keeps its warmth.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, you should get the UFO seekers on.
I know, it's a good idea.
And they're very close to Area 51. And don't they constantly fly drones that try and get drones as close as they can? I think I've seen that. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I'm sure they do. I've probably watched them more than you, Rich.
Yeah, I stopped watching because I was busy and I just couldn't fit them in my schedule. So
I'll tell you a secret. I don't watch UFO videos anymore.
I have to, but if I didn't have to, I wouldn't.
Kind of boring.
Same old
Same old shite.
Same old Shiite.
Well,
It is.
Rich.
It's the same. Well, that's it, huh?
Yeah, I want to thank you for coming on. As always, you guys make this channel what it is, because it used to be it just used to be me and 15-minute videos on a black and white screen. And you always make my night. Everybody in the chat and my good friends that I have on, they're not guests, they are friends. You are good friends, and we've great channels. That's my arse licking for tonight. My good deed.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I look forward to watching some goof on in the morning. Guys, if I'm pretty sure that everybody in the chat is subscribed, but if you're not, go to goof on after this show. And
Isn't the link in the description?
the link is always in the description.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Good night. God
boy.
bless, Rich.
Good
And
night.
mind your bugs don't bite. And also, people, if you do happen, because there's been a couple, but if you do get some of these t-shirts, because I've had like 3 pictures sent to me, I don't need to see your face. Just send me a picture of you wearing one of the mofos. Alien.
I love that. That's cool.
Yeah, what, Bob Lazar, if you're watching this, you should get one of those. I'll give you a discount, Bob. I would give him a discount.
That's very, very smart. 115 I can fly. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I just thought of it, you know, Rich.
That's really good.
Or you can help out. If you don't want to get a t-shirt, you could just thumb the video up. If you want to do a free thing, thumb the video up. If you want to be even better, do one better, you could go and share it on Facebook or any social media platforms to raise Alien Addict like the wolf that it is. Or you could head over to Patreon. Or you could head over to Patreon and just, chip in a little bit with your nipples. No, don't send me nipples. Do not want nipples. Good night, God bless, folks. Mind the bugs don't bite. I am Alien Addict, and this is Rich from Goof On. It was Goof On Radio. I still can't get over the fact that he dropped the radio, but
How dare you?
how dare you?
Because I'm not a radio show. It's
Well,
Goof On.
Good
You
night,
made
folks.
that. You made
I
that.
made it. Good night. Rich, you hold on for 1 second.
I will do that for you.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Don't
What,
forget
shave
to
my
see
nipple?
Goof On in 2 hours.
2 hours. What time will that be?
9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Be there.
Oh,
Or not. Oh, man. All right. Thank you.
I miss Tom DeLong.